There will be hardly any person in the world who have not heard the name of Einstein. He was one of the genius scientists in the world. Even till today, after 50 years of his death, he is considered one of the biggest scientists in the world. He was the best scientist after Newton. We have two scientists in our history who has gave a big contribution to the science. In 1685, Newton has given us all the theory of gravity and all the rules of gravity. Newton has explained everyone that the whole law of gravity and whole law of motion is followed by universe. Every object and every planet in this world follow these rules, and that is how he wrote his book Principia Mathematica, where he defined all the formulas of motion. Around 200 years, whole world was following the formulas given by Newton, and everyone was thinking that is the perfect formula. But after 200 years, around in 1905, Albert Einstein gave another theory for gravity, and he totally rejected the formula given by Newton, saying gravity is not a force, it is the result of time-space distortion. Einstein was working as a clerk in a patent office in Switzerland. Since he was in patent office, he was clearly observing all the patents given by many scientists. So he developed his another theory that is called general theory of relativity, and he published his theory in the publication in 1912. But the miracle part is that nobody could understand that theory that time. Even great scientists of those time could not understand his theory. They thought it is just imagination of Einstein's mind. So everybody rejected his theory. Most of the people laughed at him, saying this is not possible. In this video today, we will analyze what are the theory Newton gave and what was the difference between Einstein theory and Newton theory and how it came into picture. Let us discuss about gravity. Newton has gave the formula for gravity. He was the first scientist who told about gravity, and he also gave formula for gravity. Newton explained everything in this world is attracted by some force. This force is gravity. Like every apple or everything, if you throw outside, it will come back to earth. That is attracted by. Newton extended this formula to the universe. He explained two planets, if they have mass m1 and m2, they are attracting with each other with a force F equal to m1 into m2 by r square, where r is the distance between them. So he explained that why all the planets are rotating around the sun. So he gave the theory that all are attracted by the sun with some force. That's why they are rounding. So according to Newton, we can say that all the planets in our solar system are revolving around the sun. Even Earth is revolving around the sun because they are tied with each other through a force, and that's why they keep on rotating with each other, and they are not leaving that planet because a force is tied to each other. Now we come to Einstein. Einstein gave another formula for this. He rejected this theory. Einstein came up with a different formula. What Einstein told, we know only three dimension currently, but there is a fourth dimension which Newton did not talk about and nobody till now talked about. That is time. And time is not independent. It is totally connected with the space. Means space and time are totally connected with each other. According to Einstein, time and space are dependent on each other and they survive with each other. You cannot talk about time without space, and you cannot talk about space without time. So they are tagged with each other, and if one changes, it affects others. That is how the base of his formula. So according to him, whenever a heavy object is put into space, it distorts its space. In this universe, whole universe, everything is space. So when a heavy object, here heavy object means a mass equal to light sun or multiple times of sun means stars. We have many big stars which are million times heavier than our sun. So when these type of objects are put into space, they distort the shape of space. We can see in this picture how sun has distorted the shape of our universe and our space. This is the reason why Earth is revolving around the Sun. Because as you can see in the picture, Sun is very heavy mass. So he has distorted the shape of space too heavily. But Earth is lighter, so it could not distort the same way. Since Sun has distorted the shape of the space, it has created a cavity around it. Because of this cavity only, all the planets around that, they are rotating in their circle, and this is the reason why all the planets in our solar system, they are revolving around, continuously revolving around the sun without leaving the planet. So this is the main root cause of. So this is how Einstein explained by his general theory of relativity why all the planets in our solar system are continuously rotating the sun. So he told that force which we call gravity, it is not due to a force or attraction. It is due to the space and time distortion due to the heavy mass light sun. So this is how we say space and time are connected. So now by this general theory of relativity, Einstein clearly explained the movement of planets around the sun. But now this theory has created another theory which is called time. Since Einstein is telling if you distort the space, it will affect the time. So what it means? It means space and time are connected. If you change one, it will change another. So now let us see what is time. According to Newton, time is absolute. Means in the whole universe, time runs at same speed everywhere. Whether it is Jupiter, it is Earth, it is a Venus, or anywhere you go. But Einstein rejected this theory. Einstein told since science is time is dependent on space, both will affect each other. So Einstein told since all the heavy objects they have already distorted the space, so how can time will remain same? So he told since space has already been distorted, so that has affected the time. So time is not same everywhere. It depends on the gravity or how much that shape space has been distorted. Time doesn't run equal everywhere. So now we are clear that time doesn't run equal everywhere. It passes with different space with different places depending on how much the space distortion has been done. So it may be that in some planet million years away from our Earth, their time may be running very slow or very fast. Maybe that planet 1 minute may be equal to our 100 years. If suppose we move to some other planet where the time is running very slow, we may live more years than we live in Earth. So this is the whole concept of time. So by general theory of relativity, Einstein already proved that time is not constant. Time and space are connected with each other. After 1962, when the first atomic clock was invented, it is already has been proved. The biggest discovery which general theory of relativity created is the discovery of black hole. In 1912, first time Einstein talked about the idea of black hole. Einstein explained that in our universe there will be a place like black hole where a small tiny object will keep millions of planets mass. Einstein's general theory of relativity predicted that there will be a place in universe where a small region, maybe 3 or 5 kilometer region, will keep the mass of millions of stars inside it, and its density and gravity will be so high that it will attract everything and nothing can come out of it. Even light cannot escape. This small region was given a name black hole. As its name suggests, even light cannot come or cannot escape from this region. The gravity and density of this region will be so high that anything goes around it will be absorbed by this black hole and it will be never come out. And slowly the mass of this black hole keep on increasing. Einstein gave this formula and this discovery of black hole. But at that time in 1912, even he was not sure how a human being will be able to detect black hole because even light cannot escape the black hole. So how we will be able to take picture and video of black hole if we can't even take the picture and video? So he told human being will never able to detect the black. Even though Einstein rejected that human will be able to achieve the black hole or will be able to detect the black hole, but as we know, around after 100 years of his general theory of relativity, due to the contribution of many scientists, and one of them is Stephen Hawking, we already know many things about the black hole, and even our LIGO has already detected gravitational waves. And as you all know, our scientists on 10th April 2019 were successfully taken the first picture of black hole, which is called M87, Messiah 87. So we have successfully taken picture of black hole. Though this picture took around 3 years of hard work, but we are able to establish that black hole do exist and Einstein was right. This black hole M87 has mass more than 65 billion of our mass of sun. It was taken on April 2017, but it took around 3 years our scientists to prepare the full picture. So it was a great hard work by our scientists across around 8 countries, Europe and America. In our next video, we will discuss about how black hole is created.